are gonna start this call. It's
We
already,
ready? Thumbs up, we good? Okay, all right. Hello and welcome everyone. Happy April Fool's Day. I promise there will be no April Fool's jokes on this webinar. It's nice to see all these smiling faces. I'm joined with my co-host Landy Martin, my sponsor Melvin Shaw, and all kinds of amazing people on this call. I see Amy, Walt, Jen. That's all I can see right now, but I know there's a few more of you on here. Welcome. This is our monthly mastermind meeting that we do as the Anovite ambassadors. Real quick disclaimer, individual results will vary. We're all independent associates, and the products are not designed to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. This is our agenda. We're not really going to mastermind, but we might a little bit. I actually have two short classes to do with you tonight, and then maybe we'll do some Q&A, and we'll ask Landy a few good, hard to answer questions. These are the upcoming training webinars. We have the next one is May 6th. The one after that is June 3rd. And then once we hit May, I'll add a couple more months on here so you can see. So May 6th and June 3rd, first Wednesday of every month. So Landy, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can talk about the April contest. And what I did, Landy, is I took all those pictures you sent me and I put 2 on each slide just to prepare you ahead of time.
okay, perfect. These are the slides that we had on the corporate call last night, so we just borrowed those. So the contest has already started, and I just want you, the most important thing about this contest, you guys, is April 1st through 3rd, you are going to get triple points. So each customer you enroll between April 1st and April 3rd is going to be worth 3 points instead of 1. And the associate is going to be worth 3 points instead of 1, okay? Now, I thought there was somewhere else that showed. So that's what this slide is all about. Okay, so this is what it is. I'm sorry. That is actually a misprint because the associates are worth 3 points. So if you enroll an associate between April 1st and April 3rd, you're going to get 9 points. Okay, and basically this is going to be a leaderboard and they're going to post it and update it every day. And whoever the top 3 end up being, they're going to be emerging leaders and they're going to get a free trip to lifestyle event, which is really awesome. So if you can bring in an associate with at least 100 qualifying order, so that's 100 QV, okay, then you're going to get 5 points. So if you do that between April 1st and 3rd, you're going to get 15 points for every associate. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, you could really jump up in points if you take advantage of this early time of April 1st through 3rd. So I hit the floor running today with Hayes's account. And, you know, I know some of you others have brought some sales in already. So just keep focusing on that. And, you know, I think our team, I expect to see a lot of our team on there because we're always crushing it on this team, you guys. Okay, so the power of 6. Now, this is going to be the whole month of April that we can do this. And, you know, your first 72 hours, you want to get 1 customer and 1 associate. Okay, so you got to do that within the first 72 hours to qualify. Then you're going to want to put 3 left and 3 right. So that's kind of what you want to do. So everybody who enrolls 6 people is going to get a free, I know they're getting a free thing of colostrum. I think the small bag of colostrum. Or everybody who enrolls their customer and their associate in the first 72 hours is getting the free bag of colostrum. Okay. Now, if you do the 6 within April, it's going to qualify you to get on the leaderboard. And I think that there's something that you're getting, and I can't remember what it is. If you get your 6, I think you're getting the colostrum, but I can't remember what else. I'm sorry, y'all. Swag. Thank you, Matt Curry. I was like, there's something else. See, it takes a village when Landy's at the mic. So basically, if you end up winning that leadership board, okay, with the most points, you're going to get your lifestyle trip paid for. Now, if you're already a qualified person for lifestyle, say you're already a national director, you're already going to get your flight and your hotel room and a travel bonus. Or I'm sorry, you're going to get your hotel room and some money towards your travel. But if you place on the leaderboard, you're also going to get these extra things you see over here where it says power of 6. You're going to get a $500 spa credit, a VIP welcome gift upgrade, some more in-room experiences, and these are all surprises. And y'all, one thing about Dr. K, he's extremely generous. So he's even added an extra $250 to whoever can get their 6 in the first 3 days. So he's offered an even more bonus for that. So, okay, next slide. Sorry, these are kind of hard to see. So basically, this one just says the leaderboards are going to show everything. So if you want to get a jump on that, get people in the first 3 days. And then we want to, put 3 people in each leg and watch what happens. This will kick off, especially if you bring at least one of them in and help them do what you just did. And guys, take advantage of those sample boxes. That's what I'm doing. I'm offering a free $80 box with everybody who agrees to come in and place an order. It has to be a new order. And I've already sent out 4 or 5 of those today. So it does work. People love getting in on deals. If you want to go to my Facebook page, look at that wording and how I'm creating that urgency that you've got to do it within 3 days. Only 3 days left, okay? All right, next slide. I think that's it. Okay. And that's what I just went over. And our cruise is going to be in 2027 on Norwegian. And if you want that information, did you pull anything on that, Chuck?
Not yet, but barefootcruiseclub.com, is that what it is?
Yeah, if you go to our simplesuccessteam.com and then you click on the information about the cruise, it actually takes you to the Barefoot website, which I think he's got linked. I think if you just try to go there, it's hidden, but if you go through the simplesuccessteam.com and then click on the cruise, you can get all the information, and anybody's welcome to come on this cruise, guys. It's not sponsored by Anovite, but it's just something that we've done, and there's been people from all different teams that go, so we'd love to see you there. I plan on going. I love the once-a-year cruises and just getting to know everybody a lot more. So, keep that in mind and go check that out and see if you might want to be able to do that. You can put your deposit down and pay it out, and you'll be all paid and done and ready to go. So that's all I got. And there you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Landy. That takes us just to a real quick team overview. As of this afternoon, we're at 4,377 team members. The goal is 5,000 by our 2-year anniversary. I want to give a shout out to everybody. Everybody on this call, you're part of that team, and I appreciate each and every one of you. We've been here almost 2 years. Hard to believe how fast time goes by, but great job, everyone. The team is growing, and I'm very proud of everyone. Takes us to recognition. We're going to start just real quick with our Wall of Fame. We do have some new people added to this, but I try to go through this pretty quick. But look at all these smiling, handsome and pretty, smart, talented, happy people.
Woohoo!
You know what, Mr. Melvin? I didn't put your mugshot on here. I got to do that, but I got you.
Yeah, we need to get Melvin on there, and John Bausch.
And John.
I think John was on our last call. We didn't have him on there. He got his feelings hurt. That's why he's not here.
Well, we'll forgive him.
You have to tell him I said that.
And this is the newest one. Heather C is the newest one on the.
Oh, yeah. That's my girl.
Heather, great job on ranking up.
Good job, Heather.
Landy, is there? Nope, we're going to come to it. This is the Directors Club. These are the folks who made director above.
I'm in the middle of a call.
I got it, Chuck. Go ahead.
Okay. This is our shout out corner. Landy, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Actually, yeah. I want to give a shout out for Eddie Beatty for being on this call. She's been under the weather, but I'll tell you, she is just so consistent, and she shows up whether she feels like it or not. And that's what you got to do. And I love it. She's on this call, so huge shout out to her. Also, Jen Floyd, just her consistency, she comes to me, she asks questions. And that's what you got to do. If you really want to learn and you really want to succeed, you got to be coachable. You got to be willing to, look at someone. And that's what I did with Chuck when I first joined. I'm like, Chuck has what I want, so I'm going to listen to Chuck. And, if you do that and then you put that stuff into play, you will find the success that you're after. So good job, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Landy. And Mr. Melvin, anyone you want to give a shout out to? Hold on, I just asked to unmute you. Let me try it again.
Lindy Martin is one I want to give a shout out to. and the fine work that she does. And she's a great leader, and I'm very glad to be associated with her and yourself as well, Chuck, and all the work you people do.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Melvin. And Melvin's an inspiration to all of us, especially to me. And I have mad respect for that man right there. So thank you, Melvin. That takes us to our business training, and we're going to start tonight with our product training from the one and only presidential quadruple diamond, emerald, ruby, pearl, sapphire, diamond, galactic, international, global ambassador director, Lindy Martin.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Take this mojo into the contest. Guys, most skincare focuses on surface level hydration, but Anovite skincare is actually helping support your skin's natural renewal and moisture system. So the core ingredients in this skincare is going to be colostrum, which is growth factor rich, right? We've got our proteins and stuff in there. And then it's going to help support the appearance of skin renewal and firmness. And then we have our fucoidan, which is our marine extract, which is derived from the brown seaweed of the blue zones where people live to be 120. So this has great antioxidant support for your skin. It's going to help your skin look more elastic. And this is going to be great at helping support the natural brightness of your skin. You know, if you're having any of those spots and things like that, it's going to help, balance that out. So we have some supporting ingredients in here. Yeast extract provides hydration, antioxidant support. We've got vitamin E, which is helping protect and support your skin barrier. It's also really great for scarring and stuff like that. Aloe vera is soothing and calming. My grandmother, look, when she died, she was in her 80s and she looked like she was 60, and she swore by aloe vera. She kept a plant in her house and would just put it on her skin. So aloe vera has been known for, I don't know, centuries for being good for the skin. We have sodium PCA, which naturally occurs in your body, actually, but it binds moisture and helps keep it in. And then we have another ingredient that is just super hydrating. So this is going to, think hydrate, protect, and support your glow of your skin. So the serum is lightweight, it's fast absorbing, and it's a more concentrated delivery of active ingredients. And because it has that fucoidan in there, it's going to actually help sort of provide a natural sunscreen for your skin. So it's going to have the appearance, help your skin appear more toned and firm, brighter, smoother, and can target even certain scars or conditions. So the face cream is richer and it's more nourishing in texture. It's thicker. It's designed to lock in that moisture. You're going to put your serum on and then you're going to put the cream on top of it. So that's going to provide your hydration and softness, help improve the look of your fine lines due to your dryness, and then gives your daily skin barrier support and kind of just seal everything in. And why you need both, think of your serum as treating and targeting, and then think of your cream as hydrating and protecting. I'm obsessed with this skincare. It's wonderful. It's really helped fade. I've got a little sunspot there and it's really helped fade that. These are going to work synergistically together and just improve the overall appearance of your skin, the texture, and the glow. So think of it, you're not choosing one or the other, you're layering your results. So if you're looking for skincare that's beyond moisturizing and actually supports and nourishes and feeds your skin, because your skin is the largest organ on your body, then this is going to be a great system for you. What I love about it, y'all, it goes a long, long ways. You can just, use just a tiny little bit and pat it where you want it, and it lasts forever. So that's all I got, Chuck.
Great product, great training. Thank you, Lindy.
Thank you.
All right, this is the getting started steps. I know we have new people on every one of these webinars that we do. This is a good slide to take a picture of with your phone. It's also in the team's Facebook group. Most importantly, the best thing you can do other than trying the product, get with one of the income coaches, have them help you get started. Also, make sure you go through the Anovite University, which I will share with you in the slides in a minute. These are some of the company's income coaches. Look at these amazing people. I encourage everyone to work with John and to work with Landy, but you can work with anybody, but they're our plugged in upline. They're highly competent. They know what they're doing. They're willing to help, but any of these coaches They have good experience with the company. They know what they're doing, and they're willing to help you. And guess what? It's 100% free, which is absolutely amazing when you think about it. These are the training modules. I call this Anovite University. That's just my little buzzword for it. But this is just basically a training course that the company has put together in the back office, a video training course that you can go through at your own pace. And you can learn about just about every aspect of building a business. So I recommend once you talk to one of the income coaches, before you hound your sponsor with 8 trillion questions, just make sure you go through this. You can also earn some credits, and you're going to get most of your questions answered. You can do it at your own pace. I encourage everyone to go through these modules a couple times. Even after you've been here a few months, maybe you want to go through them again because you'll pick up on stuff you missed the first time around. These are just more of the modules. These are your websites. You can find this in your dashboard, right in your back office as soon as you log in. Just don't mind my ID number that you see. I just took this from my back office. Your websites is simply going to have your ID number there instead of mine. And when you share those links with your prospects, with different people, that's going to tie them to your account. So if they buy or if they join, you're going to get credit for it. So my only tip on this page is to make sure you send the relevant website to what it is you're talking to your prospect about. As a simple example, if you're talking about weight loss, send them the yourweightlosssample.com website. If you're talking about colostrum, send them the Why Colostrum 6 website. It's just that way they don't get information overload. It can stay very focused, and you can tailor it to what you're doing. So we have 2 classes tonight. They're both kind of short, but I wanted to share 9 productivity hacks that basically will help you be more productive in less time. And I think that's pretty much everyone's goal. You want to make more money, you want to have more production in your business, and you want to do it in as little as time possible so you can still live the best life ever. And that's what we should all do. This business should not take over your entire life, but it should be a part of your life, and you should do it consistently. And it's not about how long you work, it's about what you get done when you do work. So let's just get into this real quick. And I always like to tell people, take the nuggets from this that make sense to you. If there's something in here that doesn't make sense, ignore it. Don't even do it. But if it does make sense, think about it, kind of spin it around your brain a little bit and see if there's anything you can do to improve in that area. And my biggest takeaway from this short class is that you'll find one thing out of these 9 things I'm going to share with you that can just help you level up your productivity. And the first thing, number 1, and these are in really no particular order, but focus on the most important task and avoid the busy work. This is one of my single best pieces of advice I could share with anyone. It's not about working an hour a day. It's not about working 8 hours a day. It's about knocking out 2 or 3 critical, important tasks in your business every day. And it really comes down to only a few things. Making exposures, sharing the products and business with new people, following up with new people, launching new team members, and supporting your team. That's basically what we get paid to do, those 4 things. So just make sure that most of your time you spent is not scrolling Facebook, not watching YouTube videos, not cleaning your office. You can do all those things, but just make sure you don't do that during your work time. Do that during your leisure time. And that way, when you're working your business, you can be very focused. And it's only a few things that grow your business. And whether or not you do those things, no one can make you do it. But now you know what you need to do each day. So make sure you're doing that. And if you want to evaluate each day before you go to bed on whether or not you were productive, just ask yourself, how much time and what activities did I get done with the income producing activities in my business? And if you did that and you do it every day, 5 days a week, take the weekends off by all means. But if you do it 5 days a week, your business is going to grow. Another thing you can do to be more productive is figure out when you're most productive and when you feel the best, what time of day to grow your business. Some people are morning people. Me personally, I hate the morning. I'm a night owl. Maybe you're most productive during your lunch break. Maybe you can only fit this in because you got a million things going on from 9 to 10 at night. Whatever it is, pick a time where you know you're going to be most productive. Make sure you block off that time every day, 5 days a week. Schedule it if needed, and then plan out your work. You want to work from a schedule. You want to have your little to-do list. You want to have your calendar. So as soon as you sit down, you know exactly what you need to do, and it's during your most productive time. Number 3, multitasking. I'm not a fan of multitasking. Now, I know the ladies are very good at this. Every woman I know can do like 500 things at once. Most of us guys, we can barely do one thing at once. But here's what I found. People who are very successful, they focus on one task at a time and they knock it out. And here's the issue with trying to do too many things at once. You lose your focus. And for example, if you're responding to your emails, you're making a Facebook post, you're sending out a note to a prospect, you're following up with someone, you're trying to do it all at the same time, it's going to take you a lot longer than if you just knocked out each task one at a time. And that's really what I recommend that you do. You'll work less, you'll be more productive just by knocking it out one task at a time. Number 4, batch your activities. This is one of the best things you can do if you want to be more productive. I'll just give you a couple examples, and this may or may not apply to your business. Let's say you mail 25 postcards a week. Then what you should do every Sunday night, take 15 minutes, put your stamps and your addresses on all the postcards, put them aside so it's done, so that every day during the week, during your lunch break, when you want to take them to the post office or drop them off in your post office box before you go to work, it's already done. Another thing you can do is you can use different services to help you schedule some of your social media posts. Maybe not every single post, but what if you batched, say, 80 to 90% of the posts that you made, and that freed up your time? So maybe you took 1 hour on, say, a Monday, instead of taking 30 minutes a day, Monday through Friday, and you had it all scheduled out so you could save a little bit of time. Another thing you can do with batching all your activities, you could do, say, I'm going to do all my prospecting on Monday. I'm going to do all my following up on Tuesday. I'm going to do all my team support on Wednesday. And these are just examples. You can tailor it to your own personality and style by all means. Number 4, at the end of each day, and this is what I've been doing for over 20 years. Before I go to bed at night, I have a little notepad by my bed. I have one in my office, and I just try to basically plan out the next day. Now, it's not 100% what I need to do, but it's probably a 90% solution of what I need to do for my business the following day. And then when I wake up the next morning, as I'm drinking my coffee, I like to just go through that list real quick, get it organized, get it prioritized, and don't make the mistake of making this to-do list for your business with 100 things on it. It's really about doing 2, 3, 4 key things every day. So identify those 2, 3, 4 tasks and make sure that you do them each day. Another one, this is the one I struggle with the most. If I unblurred my screen, you looked at my office, it looked like a tornado came in here, invited its friend tornado, and then they came back again. But having a designated workspace that's organized is very helpful. I get like that once in a while, then it gets cluttered up again. But if you can have a designated workspace, maybe it's your kitchen table, maybe it is, maybe you're lucky and you have your own office at home, or maybe you just have a desk in one of the spare bedrooms. Whatever it is, have a designated space, make it so that it's comfortable to you, ideally with a good chair. That makes a big difference. Where you have everything that you need. Maybe you have a motivational poster, maybe you have your stick-em notes or your index cards or your laptop. Whatever it is that you use, you have it in one place. It's organized, it's clutter-free. Number 7, this is something that you can do, and this is just something that I struggled with before. I'm really not on social media anymore, but what I would find was when I was sitting at my desktop, which is where I do all my business, some people use a phone, it's very easy to get distracted when you're doing your business on a phone or when you have social media open up on your desktop when you're trying to do your business. So this is what I would recommend to people. When you're doing your social media task, of course you want to have social media open. But when you're done your tasks that are specifically on social media, turn it off just briefly while you knock out your other task. Otherwise, you'll keep getting those dings, you'll keep getting those notifications, and you're going to be you're going to be just totally distracted, and you're not going to be able to stay focused on the task at hand. You can also set time limits. You could do something like this. You could say, I'm going to do social media from 8 to 8:15 every night. I'm going to check my emails once a day in the morning when I wake up. That's just 2 examples of how you could do that. The next one is leverage. And one of my best tips, if I could get you to do anything in this training, it would be to get you to use the prospector tool. Instead of trying to be organized with notepads and Excel spreadsheets and different CRM programs, just use the prospector tool. Keep all your prospects in one place. Keep notes on each person. Keep it organized. This is going to help you automate your follow-up. You can automate your when you need to talk to your team members, when you need to talk to your leads. It's going to automate some of the emails. You can use their texting service. It just makes your life a lot easier. And then finally, one of the most important things if you want to be more productive is you got to track what you're doing in your business. If you don't track it, you can't improve it. Now, here's something that I learned the hard way. I used to think for many years in this business that I did a lot more in a day than I actually did. Now, as I got more mature and as I got more experience doing this and wiser, what I learned was even if we spend a lot of time in our business every day, a lot of it is wasted time. It is the truth. So what I recommend you do, you have a little spreadsheet or you keep a journal or you have a little notebook, and every day you just keep track. How many people did I make an exposure to? How many people did I follow up? How many people, if any, did I give a sample to? How many people did I sign up? And that way you can see each day, are you really doing the things you should be doing to grow your business? And the truth is most people aren't. And that's okay. But at least you need to know that if you're trying to grow a business, you need to be working on the right activities. And one simple way to make all this happen is what I call my little secret point system. I've used this in different formats, but I've used this for many years. And I do this in my other businesses too, my traditional businesses, where I identify the most important things that need to be done, and I give them a point value based on their importance. And I set a goal every day to get so many points in my other businesses. But if you're building a Anovite and you're very, very part-time, I would make it a goal to have 5 points a day. And that's something you could do in literally 10 to 15 minutes a day. If you're a part-timer, and a part-timer is someone who's doing probably, I'd say, an hour a day, and an hour a day really is not a lot. But if you do an hour a day, 5, 6 days a week, every week, it adds up to a lot. If you're doing an hour a day, you should be doing 10 points per day. And if you're really trying to turn this into a full-time income, you got to really go for 20 points a day. Now, you don't have to start out at 20 points a day. Maybe you do 5 points a day for the first month or two, and then you up it to 10 points, and then you decide if you want to stay at 10 or go to 20. But what you can see below here are really the tasks. Now, if you don't do one of these specific tasks and you want to replace it with something else, that's fine. Just make sure that it's an income producing activity, and it's something that's going to grow your business. And you can see if you share your website with someone, you get a point. If you share it with 8 people, you get 8 points. Pretty simple. Add 2 new people to your prospector. The reason I don't make it one is really easy to do. So 2 is a good number. If you're adding 2 new people a day to your prospector 5 days a week, that's 40 new people a month going into your pipeline. That's pretty good. Do that for a year, that's 480 people. Get 10 team members to do it with you, that's almost 5,000 people. Something's going to happen good in your business. Another thing you should do every day is post some type of content. It could be on Facebook, it could be on YouTube, it could be on Instagram, it could be on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, whatever platform you use. Something about either a product, the business, or something that relates to one of those. So maybe instead of just posting about colostrum, maybe you talk about having more energy or heart health or fatigue or motivation or whatever that's relevant to it. And the reason you want to post that content each day is it draws people to you, and it shows people you're serious, and it educates people. And then eventually some of those people are going to reach out to you. Follow up with a prospect, you get a point. You follow up with 10 people, you get 10 points. Pretty simple. You can see how easy it is to get 5 points. It really does not take much effort. Try a new marketing strategy. Everybody should try a new marketing strategy from time to time. It doesn't mean you stop what you're currently doing, but you should experiment with new things. You know what? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but you never know if you don't try. You should always have 2, 3, 4, 5 ways going at a time to get people into your pipeline. Very important. And then sign up a new customer or associate who orders. That's worth 5 points. You get one person a day who joins and orders. You met your quota for the day. That's awesome. And then help a team member do any of these, which you should be doing, especially as your team grows. You get a point for each of these tasks you help anyone do. So you help 3 people do one of these tasks, you get 3 points. You help 5 people do 5 of these things, you get 25 points. So it's very doable. Anything you want to add to this, Landy, before I go to my next class real quick?
Just really, really, really great. I was just noticing that, I mean, you need an accountability thing because we've got to hold ourselves accountable because we get paid for 2 things. That's selling and recruiting. So about 80% of our time needs to be making those exposures, doing that follow-up, or helping a new rep get started, like you said. And I really liked what you said about focus. And just a tip, you can turn your notifications off on Facebook. You just have to go to your settings and turn them off so that they're not popping up and driving you crazy all the time, because we really do need to focus to get things done. And the other thing was the 3 things you write down at night. Guys, when you get up the next day, if you said, I'm going to make 2 exposures tomorrow, Don't let your head hit the pillow until you've done that. Because every time you hold yourself accountable, you tell yourself that you are worthy of this. You build your own confidence, and your confidence is so important when you want to succeed. So show up for yourself first and hold yourself accountable to these, and then you're going to see your confidence grow, and then people are going to be drawn to that. Okay, and they're going to want to jump on board with you and be a part of that. So yeah, but no, awesome training. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you, Lanny. We got one more. So that's just some productivity hacks. And like I said at the start of this, at least pick one of those 9 things that you can work on and start working on. And then maybe after you get that down, maybe you pick up another thing. I want to share. I love this book. This is a book nobody's heard of. This is one of my favorite recruiting, probably my top 2 favorite recruiting books ever in the industry. And I learned about this. I would guess it's been close to 15 years. It was a Facebook ad. That's how I learned about it. Probably 15, maybe 20 years ago. That's been a long time. And this is a book called Insider Tells All, and it's his ultimate recruiting system. And this guy is a recruiting machine. I'm not saying you need to be a recruiting machine, but we can all improve our recruiting skills. And I want to share some of my favorite wisdom from this book, and then I'll also share some of my own 2 cents. And I'm going to ask Landy and Melvin to do the same thing as we go through this. And real quick disclaimer: I'm not affiliated with him. I've never met him. I'm not paid to share this book. I just love this book. I like to throw that out there so you know. What you'll see in the bold and italics are what he said. And then what you see after that is my own 2 cents. I'm not going to read this. I don't like to read slides, but I'm just going to, I'll read his quote and then I'll just kind of share my own things. And then Melvin, I'm going to have you talk about the second one, your thoughts on that. And Landy, I'm going to have you share your thoughts on the first one. We'll just kind of mix this up a little bit. So, and then I'll share my thoughts too. So, the person who exposes their business to the most people on a daily basis wins. And if I had to put this on my own words, we're really a business of exposures. And what's an exposure? It's just letting someone know what it is that you're doing or what you have to offer. It's not trying to convince them, not trying to hard sell them. It's letting people know, hey, I found something that I think you might be interested in. Or, hey, Joe, do you still care about your health? Or, hey, Mike, I saw your post the other day where you said you wanted to lose some weight before the summer. Were you serious about that or were you just joking? Those are exposures. And the more we do that, with the more people we do that, and the more consistently we do that, the magic is going to happen. Landy, what do you want to add to that, Landy?
Well, that is so true, which I said earlier, you get paid to retail and recruit, and it is not the most talented person that wins at the end of the day. It is not the person that makes the most amazing post or can create the best reels. It is going to be the person who shares that link the most and gets it in front of people. So this is a numbers game at the end of the day, and the person who puts that in front of people the most is going to enroll the most people.
Absolutely. And the next quote, and I'm going to turn over to Melvin after I do this one, but the next quote that he says is the most common mistake I see when people start to market their business or their products is they try to accomplish 1, 2, 3 steps all the time. What this means, folks, is from the time you make your initial exposure to someone, it typically takes a little bit of time to get them to warm up to you, to think about it, to make the decision to get started, and to make a purchase. And expecting someone to do that the second you talk to them is a big mistake. You really got to ease people in. Now, some people are going to see it right away and they're going to jump in, but most people are going to need a little bit of time. Melvin, what do you want to say about that?
Well, it takes time for us to get our. It takes time for us to get ourselves a people to believe in us. A lot of us, this is something new to us, and a lot of people are in something today and they're out tomorrow, and so credibility is very important, and so it's a matter of telling someone something, and next week, let me just put it to you this way: I would always have people come back and ask me, "How's that business going?" And you're either telling them it's going great and you're doing well with it and you're still there. They're checking on you, rather than oh, that thing didn't work. That was one of those you know scams and that kind of thing. So credibility is very important. we got to get ourselves sold. That's the person. Before you can sell anybody else, get yourself sold. And it just makes it so easy to tell somebody about it, be there next week, be there next month. Credibility.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Melvin. Now we do have a lot of quotes, so I'm gonna have Melvin and Lanny do this one more time on this slide, then I'll just wrap up the rest of these just so that we can end on time. But
can you hear me, Chuck?
Yep, I got you muted now. Good. So if this is a good one right here, and a lot of people mess this one up, and it basically says if your new recruit is willing to give you 3 or 4 referrals, but doesn't want to be on the phone, doesn't want to call them, or doesn't want to be on the phone with you to call them, don't let that stop you. So one of the best things you can do, and Brian Carruthers taught me this too, when you enroll someone, you got to keep in mind they know at least 100 to 200 people by name. So if they are willing to give you a few names, maybe they'll give you, maybe they'll give you 2, maybe they'll give you 1, maybe they'll give you 200, whatever. If they don't have the confidence or the courage to reach out to those people, just say, you know what? So if I signed up Landy, and Landy said, I've got 5 good people, but I really don't want to, I really don't know what to say to them. I'd say, you know what, Landy, I'll tell you what, would it be okay with you if we reached out to them together, or if I reached out to them on your behalf? And oh, by the way, if they join, I'll make sure you're their sponsor. Because if you're constantly enrolling new people, remember they all know 100 to 200 people. So if you enrolled 3 people this month, you should have 300 to 600 people that you could work through those 3 people, rather than going and chasing more business yourself. You can chase their contacts. So that's just something to think about. Lenny, what do you want to add to that?
Help enough people get what they want, and you will always get what you want.
Absolutely.
It's all about helping your team. And if they're new and they're afraid to get on the phone, that's where you step up as a leader, or you reach up above yourself and you get someone else until you find somebody that is comfortable getting on the phone with those people. And then you just get on there with them and you learn. And that's what's so amazing about network marketing is you get the training for free. And if you just show up, then you're going to learn this stuff. Just takes time.
Absolutely. And I just want to add one thing to that worked well for me, and that is Facebook has a feature where you can do a group chat. So let's just say, going back to this, let's just say that I enrolled Landy, and one of her prospects is a very good businesswoman named Sue. But Landy doesn't really want to, Landy maybe didn't feel comfortable talking to Sue. Landy could start a chat with me, Sue, and her, and I could lead the conversation. So now nobody has to get on the phone. Nobody has to be scared by that. And we can have a conversation. Go ahead, Landy. I know you want to add to that.
I'm going to add one more thing, just because I know when people hear we can start a chat. Always make sure. So if you're having a conversation with Sue, and you don't know about, maybe she's asking questions, and you could say, I just joined, but my business partner or my friend Landy, she answers that question really well. Would it be okay if I added her to this chat and she could help answer your questions? And that's where you bring that upline in. You ask permission. We never want to put your upline or a person in a chat that they didn't ask permission. And Chuck knows this because he taught me this, but because it's going to make everybody mad. But you ask permission and you let your upline know. You say, hey, I've got Sue over here. Can you help me close her? Can you come into this chat? And then you ask Sue, would it be okay if I don't say add my upline. That's intimidating. Like, no, I don't want upline. Don't be doing that. Can I add my friend Landy? She's been here longer. She's really good at answering those questions. And then your upline's going to get in there and you're going to end up with an enrollment. Now, there's no promises, but people that have done this longer have a higher close rate. So you're going to have a better chance of getting that person into your business, getting that order. So take advantage of your upline, because that's what we're here for. That's all I wanted to add. Thank you.
Beat me to it. Great job, though. Thank you, Landy. And then for the next one is, you know what, Melvin? I'm going to let you cover this one. Go ahead. What's this mean to you, this next one here? Let me unmute you. There we go.
Which one are we speaking about, Chuck?
You're about stop looking for a big hitter and become one. What does it mean about being the type of person that you want to sponsor?
Yeah, it's you have to do that. One of the things that we can gain from this program is not only can we improve our health, with these extraordinary products and also make more money, which probably most of us could use some more of. But the personal growth that you can have in doing this kind of thing is amazing. The confidence that you could gain, the fear that you overcome. Um, you want to definitely work on yourself, and you want to work on yourself on a daily basis. There's so much material out here and information to where you're comfortable in talking to anyone about this. There's nobody you can't talk to about these products. I mean, nobody, especially the colostrum, um, no matter what their situation is, to share this information with them. So get yourself sold on you, and then you can feel free to talk to any and everyone. Now, Lindy was just saying something about talking to your upline and all. For those of you that may not have my phone number, I'm available to do three ways or assist any of you on here. It makes no difference. So all you would have to do is give me a call. Um, Chuck, how do I give them? You want me to give them my number or what?
Yeah, go ahead. You might as well just shout it right out loud. It's easier that way, and put it in the chat.
Okay,
too.
so it's my number is 630-497-1550. And for those of you who might not know it, I've been doing this stuff for over 55 years. So I've been in hundreds of programs, and you happen to be a part of one of the best there is right here. And so, like I say, anything I could do to assist or help any of you will be glad to. 630-497-1550. And you know what, Chuck, a lot of people do this. They say, well, I know this person's busy and they don't have time, or I don't want to bug people. Those are the kind of excuses most of us make and say to ourselves, and we won't act. We won't take any action on it. Not only in terms of calling me to get my help or assistance, but also in terms of following up on people. Um, we are our own worst enemies, and that's something we definitely have to work over on overcoming. That's our problem more than anything else, is ourselves. If we can get ourselves out of the way.
You got that right. Well, thank you, Melvin. And I just want to add to this real quick too. There's a law called the law of attraction, and it basically means that we attract what we are, not what we want. And if you want to attract better, more motivated, quality prospects into your business, you want to become a better quality, more positive, more skilled, more successful sponsor. So work on yourself. And there's a great book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's one of my favorite books. That's about the law of attraction. I highly recommend that. Another book that can help you with this is called Magnetic Sponsoring by Mike Dillard. Either of those two books are amazing with the law of attraction. All right. I'm just going to go through these fast because I'm a big believer in starting and ending meetings on time. We're still right on time. We're fine. But he said the best advice I can give you is to treat your business as if you have a second mortgage on your home to get your business started. I had another mentor tell me once, pretend you wrote a check for $1 million to join your company and you got a year to earn it back. Because if you had that mindset, you would be on every call. You would talk to 20, 30, 40, 50 people a day. You would complete the training. You would be on auto ship. You would do all the critical things that you know you need to do. And there's a reason businesses like McDonald's, and I hate McDonald's, but they are successful. And that is because the people who become a franchisee, they write a big check. All right. They write a check for typically about $1 million or more, and they're all in. All right. When you write a check for $1 million to start a business, you're all in. You have that line drawn in the sand. You're going to make it successful. The blessing and the curse of this industry is it's so inexpensive to get started. It's a blessing because anybody can get started. It's a curse because it's easy to quit because you have nothing involved financially anyway. So just something to think about. Next one, this is one of my favorite too. It all comes down to exposures, leads, and training. These are the three magic words in network marketing. Now, here's what's cool about Anovite. We've got the training. All right. So you've got 1 out of 3 between all the income coaches, between Anovite University, all the things corporate does, all the calls. You probably have too much training, to be honest. But if you plug into it, you can have all the training that you need. The Leads is something that everybody needs to learn how to do in their business. There's more than one way to generate leads. There's probably 38,000 ways to generate leads. You want to pick a couple strategies that make sense to you and get really, really good at it. And when I know Melvin is a phone dog. I know Landy is a Facebook maven, I like to call her. Michelle too. A lot of you on here, I don't know how you build your business. I was email marketing is how I built most of my business. So making YouTube videos, mailing postcards, prospecting the 3-foot rule, drop cards, whatever it is you choose, just get really good at it and do it consistently. But you need new leads so that you can make your exposures in your business. We're almost done. He said right here, it's easier in many cases to talk to strangers than it is to family and friends about the business. Now, here's what I want you to understand. We all have a small circle of close family and friends. I would call this probably the 10 to 30 people in your life that you're closest to. Your spouse, your best friend, your kids, your parents if they're still alive, couple good friends. Then we have all those other people. All those other people is the real magic in this business. All the people you know of, maybe you recognize their face, maybe you know their name, but maybe you're not ride or die best friends. In many cases, the people in that real close inner circle to you are going to be very critical of you in a new business. Not always. If they're supportive, you're very blessed, but it's not the norm. But it's that other big sphere of people that you know of that is an untapped gold mine. So focus on those people because if you got a couple thousand Facebook friends, if you got a couple hundred people in your phone, if you got few hundred people in your email list, you have more than enough people to reach out to and then to work through their people as well. And then another thing he talked about, this is something Landy and the company and Michelle and all the leaders are really good at. You're not just looking for builders, you're looking for customers as well. It's a balance, all right? And what's the easiest way to do this? Talk to everyone about the business and the products and let them choose what excites them. Because you don't know what it's going to be. If you only talk about the business, yeah, you'll sign up some people, but you'll leave a lot of money on the table because you lost out on a lot of people who only wanted the product. If you only talk about the products, yes, you'll make sales, but you'll miss out on all the talented people that might have wanted to do this as a business they didn't even know as a business. So talk about both. Let people know, hey, the products are amazing, and for the right person, if you want to make money, we got something for you too. And then let them decide what they want to do. Yeah, I won't be able to go through all these and finish on time. So I'm just going to go through a couple more that make sense to me. And this one is you're not selling, you're really sorting. So here's the truth. You're doing some selling because you have to sell yourself. Every business owner, whether they make lollipops and sell them, whether they mow lawns, whether they have a at-home daycare, you have to be able to sell yourself to other people to where they believe in you. And here's the truth. The two things you need to know. Number one, people don't join companies, they join people. So you can talk about Anovite, you can talk about Colostrum. Your prospect, they might be interested in that, but they're going to evaluate you a lot more than they are the company and the products and the opportunity. So you have to be able to sell yourself, and you have to have a little bit of credibility and be believable and be a good human being and be honest. Pretty simple. But you do have to sort through people to find the people that you're going to sell to. So it's both. And then we talked about this one. Your success comes down to the number of daily exposures. We got that. We did that. These last two. All right. This is one of my favorite ones right here. This first one. Having just 5 or 10 people in your downline trained to make massive exposures is the very thing capable of delivering an income of 20, 30,000 or more per month. I'm not making an income claim. This is a quote from his book. I just want to clarify that. But you don't need a lot of people who really want to get after it to build a big team. Most big leaders have 2 to 5 really serious people on their team. That's it. And they have thousands of customers or hundreds of customers, lots of part-timers. But you really only need to have a few people who say, you know what, I'm going to be coachable. I really want this. I'm hungry. I'm going to get after it. I'm going to be consistent. Find 2, 3, 4, 5 people like that. And oh, by the way, you don't even have to be the one who sponsors them. You just have to have them in your team. And that's really the cool thing. And then finally, this one really resonates with me. And, Entrepreneur Magazine said that 97% of the people who start a business, they fail because they don't have a marketing system in place. Now, here's the truth. Colostrum, not our business. Anovite, not our business. What's our real business? making sure people know about our colostrum and about Anovite. That's what our real business is. Our real business is marketing our opportunity and our products to other people. The product is just a product. The opportunity is just an opportunity. It's our job to make sure that people know about those and to get that out there. So don't really just fall in love with the product. Don't really just fall in love with the opportunity. You can love those things, but get more serious about how am I going to share that product and that business with other people. That's what you really want to get excited is what can I do to be the master, not of product knowledge, not of the compensation plan knowledge, but the master of getting more people to learn about the products and about the opportunity. If you can do that, your business is definitely going to grow. So in conclusion, and I think we're still, oh yeah, we're good. We're right on time. In conclusion, to succeed in a big way, you need to learn how to recruit some. You don't have to be a master recruiter, but you do have to be able to recruit some people into your business to get it going. It's a process, not an event. Most people, they're going to take a series of follow-ups. They're not going to join the first time they learn about it. So you got to learn how to follow up. You got to learn how to close. You got to learn how to stay in touch with people. Exposures is everything. The fortune is in the follow-up. Work with the willing. That's the secret right there. Exposure is everything. The fortune is in the follow-up. Work with the willing, and realize no one who joins the industry starts out as a good recruiter. No one. I sucked when I first started. I was worse than bad when I started way back in 2002. So anyone can learn it, but it takes time. It takes focus. And then most importantly, buy, read, study, and apply what you learn from this book in tonight's training. If you like this training, check out the book. It's on Amazon. I don't think it's even in print. They sell used copies. It's called Insider Tells All, Mike D'Amico. You'll find it right on Amazon. And I want to turn, that's it right there one more time. And I want to turn it over to closing thoughts to the international, global, North American, emerald, sapphire, ruby,
Diamond.
Lenny Martin.
All right. Awesome delivery of value as always, Chuck. You always blow it out of the park. I just want to remind everybody we are having a contest this month. You can qualify for a free trip to Clearwater, Florida. Get your one customer and one associate in during these next 72 hours. First, second, or third, that's going to be worth triple the value of points. So everybody can get one customer, one associate in. If they make up their mind to do that, write it down, because if it's up here, it ain't happening. It's just, it's in there. You got to put it on paper, and all the science has shown that when you actually take a thought and you actually write it down on paper, that it is like 90% more likely to happen. That study they did in Harvard, where they tested those kids that actually wrote down their goals, and then they were 80% more likely to achieve those than those who did not. So it really is science. So guys, what you write, you invite. So get your stuff written down on paper. Don't let your head hit the pillow tomorrow until it's done. And congratulations on showing up tonight for yourself and your business. Let's do this contest. Let's put our team on the map. Let's show up big. And you guys have a great rest of your night and week. We love you very much. Mel, you got anything to close out?
No, I'm delighted to be working with two of the best people that you can possibly find. So Lindy and Chuck, you guys do an absolute great job. Really appreciate it. And like I said, anybody that I could be of some help to, feel free to give me a call. And thank you for being here, and have a great one.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Mel. We appreciate you. Night, guys.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.